Mitchell. I am the mayor of Kyle, Texas, which is, for the longest time, a small, sleepy, rural subdivision about 20 miles south of downtown Austin. Everybody knows where Kyle is? Everybody's been there? All right, so like with every town in the region, Kyle is growing. In the last 20 years, our population has increased from 5,000 to 60,000. And as our city grows, the needs of our community are growing and becoming much more complex. Our budget is growing, but the needs of the city are growing just as much, if not more. Now, when you think of the suburbs, what comes to mind? I picture sprawling single-family subdivisions connected to a freeway heading into a nearby major city. I also see dependence on automobiles for mobility. This dependence on cars makes traditional public transit models wildly inefficient. And yet, there's an increasing percentage of our population who need assistance getting to and from places in Kyle. And over the years, we tried a ton of services. For example, we partnered with CARTS to provide limited bus service. We once implemented a local taxi voucher program. We even got trolleys, electric trolleys at one point, to try to make that happen. In every attempt, the per ride costs for the city of Kyle were incredibly high, leading me in 2018 to make the statement that somehow it's cheaper to fly residents to Las Vegas and Kyle than it is to give them a ride around town. So throughout the journey, we kept thinking, if only we could operate a service like Uber or Lyft. After all, rideshare companies have low fixed costs, broad service coverage, scalable vehicles and manpower, state-of-the-art technology, and they operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, point to point. So as we pondered this great question, how do we become efficient like Uber and Lyft? Austin went a different way. They decided to ban rideshare companies from operating in their city. And truthfully, I'm thankful for the Austin Uber war. It opened our eyes in Kyle. We thought for ourselves that rideshare companies, if we had the right public-private partnership, could perhaps give us a transit program in the suburbs that people would actually use, something that costs far less per ride than traditional city transit models. And so for 2 years, we worked through the logistics, and there were many. First, so we discovered that Uber and Lyft alone is not enough. We needed to integrate wheelchair accessible vehicles into the program. That piece was solved by contracting with a different service who could fully integrate into the model. Second, we had to sort through a variety of technical, legal, and financial scenarios to make sure the program would work as envisioned. And third, we wanted access to data to such a degree that we could customize and adapt the program at the time and place of our choosing and for a variety of reasons. So what was the result? In 2020, Kyle became the first in the nation to adopt a transit rideshare inclusive public-private partnership, or a TRIPPP program, to fund a full citywide transit service utilizing non-dedicated transportation network companies. And we call it Uber Kyle 314. I don't know if y'all know we are the pie capital of Texas. So 314 is a nod to pie, and it is the amount that residents pay for an Uber or a Wave vehicle to pick them up and take them anywhere in the city limits. The remainder of the bill is paid by the city of Kyle. We also offer discounted trips to the VA and the airport. So, how's it going? In 4 years, Kyle has facilitated 59,175 Uber rides using the program. Those rides carried 82,841 total passengers. The cost to the city for the passengers, $566,989, one bus or $6.84 per passenger cost to the city. This was achieved without bonding for expensive infrastructure, without buying and staffing a bus system, without raising the tax rate, and without giving up control to another governmental body. Regarding wait times, when the program first started, the average wait time was 16 minutes to get an Uber. It was reduced to 9. And the program is highly equitable, with riders hailing from every corner of the city, east, west, north, and south. Our riders are black, white, and brown. They are young, middle-aged, and elderly. Some are blind, some are disabled, some don't have their own car, others have their own car but prefer the convenience of the program. All right, so let's review. For an average cost to the city of $6.84 per passenger, including the more expensive airport rides, and an average wait time of around 9 minutes, folks in Kyle who need transportation can get to work, go to the doctor, shop and eat, attend senior and civic functions, safely return from a night out, and even take the long ride to the airport or the VA. All this value delivered to our residents to and from their very own front door for a fraction of the cost of traditional transit models. So that's it. That's our program. We are proud of what we have accomplished, and we offer it to other cities to be a model. And on that note, in recent years, there are other Texas cities who are developing their own TRIPPP programs using this model. One local city to implement the program is Pflugerville, who recently launched Fetch a Ride. We like fun names in the suburbs. A program built on the Kyle model and managed by the TRIPPP team as a turnkey service. Their residents, especially their seniors who gave them a standing ovation when they gave this program, love it. And the financials compared to the model that it replaced are staggeringly better. So, in conclusion, I want to say this. We all know that mobility challenges in the suburbs in particular is not simple or easy. But I think that if you focus creatively, keep your eyes focused on the pennies, and providing real world value to the actual users, that it can be done. Thank you very much.